Hello, my lovely people, and welcome back to my Minecraft series, day 200. And I don't feel like talking too much this time, so enjoy the
Just
video.
sounds like that just sounds like you guys
Oh my God, how
both
did you
suck.
get this? What? Wait, this? Where did you get this?
Give it back. Let's go on my sword.
Jesus Christ. So what I did on day 1 or day 101 is I started to make a sugarcane farm for us to trade to get a bunch of emeralds to make some more mending books, which was pretty neat. And also I decided to make a lava farm. And the reason why I made this lava farm is so for my sandstone farm right here, I wanted to like fill it up with lava buckets so we have like a regenerating like fuel system. And I also started to mine for some resources, which we need a bit more coal, iron, and also lapis. And then I mined it down with my fortune, and yeah, now we got a lot more elite. And also I decided to go back to repair my shovel because I was going to do a lot more cleaning of the area. Why are you next to me? Ow. Why? Why do you do this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna come right here. If I die, it's all your fault. Ah! Ah! I started by cutting down some trees as we had a lot of acacia that needed to get chopped down that was in the middle of the plaza. And also I started to do a lot of digging, and yes, this went on for like a good several days, so expect a lot of this. And also I started to patch up this river that was in the way because it was either sooner or later. And also I decided to do some fights with some endermen, which was pretty cool because I felt pretty proud of my skill right here. And I also got an ender pearl from that one, so that was awesome. And then I found another enderman a couple days later, and I also got another ender pearl from that one, so 2 for 2. I also did a little bit of trading, just trying to get as much emeralds as I can. And yeah, after that, I also got myself a cat. This cat looks similar to my cat in real life, Phalu. And also, it took only one raw fish to tame, so I just knew it wanted me, so I had to tame it. And also, I realized that yeah, cats can drop items when you sleep, so like I forgot about that. Like I knew it was there, but I never actually tried it. But now what I started doing is I realized that the plaza was way too big for like what I was imagining. So I started to mine all the stone tiled blocks, and yeah, I'm going to need it to make it a lot smaller, especially for the builds I have in mind. So I continue doing that, and I'm going to only make it like a tenth of its size. So yeah, we have that going for us. And also, my cat dropped a rabbit's foot, which I found was really awesome. And this time, me and Fausto decided to go to the Nether. So I started to mine a bunch of obsidian for us to, do Nether things. And I also put the Nether portal in the center of the plaza because I was planning on building a temple around this. Because I wanted a place for a Nether portal, and I always built caves in my previous worlds, so yeah. After that, me and Ice got prepped for the Nether, and we decided to head in with no sure that we were going to survive, so yay!
Building terrain. Come on, load fast.
Once me and Fausto got to the Nether, we found ourselves inside a bastion, which was not good. But we decided to make do what we had, and we started to make a little cobble base so we can protect our Nether portal from gas attacks and also the magma cubes. We also got some blocks to start to fill up some of the lava holes so we can protect the land around us. And also in the corner of my eye, I saw that bastion over there, and I really wanted to bridge to it, but then a gas decided to beat me up, which kind of sucked. But Fal still got my items back, and he was able to give it back to me, which honestly, thanks him because that was awesome. And also, we started to bridge towards that bastion. Fal's still looking behind me to check for any gas. And the pillagers were so nice that they were actually throwing us a birthday party. And yeah, you know what? They were so nice to us that we had to gift them with something. And I felt like arrows was like the perfect gift for them. So that's what we perfectly gave them. And after we got rid of all the pillagers and as Isekai them, we bridged our way to the bastion, look around for some loot, and we found a bunch of goodies, and I also found not one but 2 ancient debris. So, you know what? That's a good start. Not enough for Ingrid, but hey. And also they had a bunch of gold blocks over there, and Falso decided to steal it, so you know, more power to him. And I got into a fight with a gas, which was pretty fun because I like shooting gas. And the main thing we wanted to find here was a Soul Sand Valley and a Nether Fortress because we wanted Soul Sand and Nether Warts. So that's what we started looking for. But we found some Warp Forest a lot, so we decided to head over there and, you know, explore what we could, trying to find any biomes. But after I went too far, I decided to retreat back, and Fausto decided to stay. But as you can see, that did not end well for him, so he took a long-winded break. And after that, I returned back to the Nether to organize all my items from my inventory, and I went back in with a goal to dig straight and hope for the best. And you know what? This was pretty lucky because as I was building and bridging, I noticed that Nether portal in the corner of my eye. So I bridged out to it a little bit more, and I started the staircase down right into the bridge. And yeah, I made myself here. After that, I started to make some head hitters to like protect myself from wither skeletons because this is the best way to, like, you know, protect yourself in the Nether Fortress. And I found not one but two of these blaze spawners, so that was pretty awesome. And I got a little too cocky when exploring, and I might have got myself killed. Of course, I didn't have much too crazy stuff on me, but you know, that still sucked pretty bad. I equipped myself with the bare minimum, with a golden chestplate, iron sword, and some food, hoping that I can try to get my stuff back. And yeah, I proceeded to die in a miserable death, just from freaking wither skeletons, which I hate. I promise you I'm really good at this game. But after really realizing that I hate everything in the Nether, I started to make some diamond armor, a gold helmet, and a diamond sword. And I got a little bit of building blocks so I can go back and take out all of these creatures that are in the Nether, which are honestly just like, look how much is just spawning on me. It's just so excessive. I'm doing my best to combat, but I got to low health like multiple times. But after a little bit of exploring, I realized that the skeleton back there actually had my iron armor on. So like a noble soul, I put him back to the Isekai dimension and continued on my way, organizing the stuff in my chest, or yeah, in my inventory, and also continuing to fight and explore. And I was able to find the Nether quartz that I've been looking for, which I was really excited because I don't find this often. And also I found a little bit of loot, I mean a good bit of loot actually. And after that, I made my way back to home. After clearing out my inventory from my trip in the Nether, I decided to craft myself a little bit of gear so I can go mining for a bunch of resources, because in all honesty we were running out. We were pretty low on iron as well. So I decided to go down into the caves, mining everything I can with my Silk Touch pickaxe. And yeah, we even got diamonds for a good bit, I think around 9. But as I continued to proceed in the caves, I ended up getting myself killed because, you know, it's me that we're talking to. So, what you think was going to happen? But I decided to give myself the bare minimum. This is probably starting to look familiar. But yeah, I just got myself an iron sword, a water bucket, and honestly, I looked at my coordinates to where I died, and I dug straight down, and that ended as good as you think it did. I promise you, I am good at this game. I think I'm just having a bad day. And also, I came up and I got all my resources after armoring up a bit. And I made sure that I had everything. Then I started to use the water bucket to put myself back up my little mine. And oh my god, man, I am doing rough. Then I proceeded to build up all my resources in a pillar and then mine it all down. And this is about all the resources I got. I even had another extra stack of iron ore that I forgot, so honestly we're doing pretty good on iron. Next is I checked out my smooth sandstone and I realized that it's finally all done smelting. And then what I started doing was I started to prepare to go to the Nether again because we're going to need to mine a lot of quartz for the build that we're going to do. So yeah, I was prepared to come in here for the long run. And after that, I came out with about 6 stacks of Nether quartz ore. I felt like this was a pretty good haul, so I continued on and started to build up all the Nether quartz ore and mine it down. And oh my god, I got a lot of levels from this. But after when I got all of that quartz and I decided to convert it into blocks, yeah, I only got 3 stacks and a little bit more. We're going to need a lot more of this. And I also decided to do a little bit of enchanting, and I got protection 4 on a book, which was pretty awesome. Next is I would just went back to the grind, mining as much nether quartz as I can, because again, we're going to need a lot of this for our build. And then, yeah, as you can see, I mined an excessive ton, but again, we're going to need this. I also decided to harvest my sugarcane because we're just going to need more emeralds all the time. So, yeah, I continue doing that. Then I mined all of our nether quartz down, getting as much blocks as I could. And I did a little bit of enchanting after that, just seeing what I can get. And as you can see, I also got a really big haul, so I hope this is enough to start my build. And I got God Diamond Boots, which was pretty awesome to have. And after a bit of enchanting, I decided to make myself an armor stand so I could put on my diamond armor so I have it whenever I need it. So yay! So now I started to lay out the foundation for the temple that I plan on building, so I can, like, you know, build it without having any issues. And also I started to kill a little bit of endermen. But now let's get towards the build. Now, one block that I was missing for my temple was mangrove wood, so I had to go on a big old journey to go gather some. So I just went straight one direction, in a way I hope had mangrove, and I traveled at least 4,000 blocks till I found a acacia village, which had some brewing stands, so, you know, I couldn't pass that up. And after the acacia village, I found some mangrove, finally. It took way too long to find this. And I just started to chop down a good bit of the logs. I chopped down about like 3 stacks so I can have enough for my build. And when I was on my way back, I found a blast furnace and also a nether portal ruins, so that was cool. So now Nova also made his way towards us, and I got him to live in the forest that was going to be near my builds. And this is the finished product of the temple. It's a little simple, but I'm kind of proud of it. And also we got ourselves a new member, which is Blue. And after that, I started to work on the interior of the place. And I just went with like a little bit of simplistic thing, but honestly, I kind of like how it is. It's a little bit of like a temple vibe. That's kind of what I was looking for. I also started to work on the outside, trying to get a place where I want to put the gardens. Next, I filled in the grass in the outline spots that I had designated. I also did a little outside rim with stone brick slabs. Then I started to place where I wanted my trees to go. And I go over to mine a bunch of leaves as well as get a bunch of logs for my custom trees. And I started to build up like a clean cut tree, and honestly I'm pretty proud of it. It's simple, but honestly it does what it needs to do. I kinda like the clean cut. So I kind of kept it like that. I was planning on making it messy, but I felt like it was good as is. And also, yeah, it's like, I guess I was so tired of like building over detailed stuff that I kind of just went really simplistic lately. And I built 2 more smaller trees on each side of our big trees. And now we got this little clean cut. And honestly, I'm really happy with it. I then built some trees on the other side to give it some symmetrical value. And then I made some brushes. And what I was going to go do is go to the desert temple that I saw in the last video when I was mining terracotta and sandstone. And I'm going to go over there. And I also found some of these azalea saplings when I was going through the jungle. And then I came over here and I got the loot from the bottom, and then I did a bit of the archaeology once I got this TNT, and I was able to find not 1 but 2 diamonds. Next is I started to head my way back home, and after that I made my way to the archaeology site that I found in the last video as well. And while I was on my way over there, I found this pink sheep, and I have decided to trap it because it was a vanilla pink sheep, and I wanted to keep it for myself whenever I get the chance. It'll be cool to have as a collection piece. Then once I made my way over here, I started to dig down and find anything that I found was useful. Ooh, a trim. Ooh, a trim.
See? And this grind for XP in fucking general.
Ooh, I got another trim. Yes, it's a new trim. I only need 1 more trim. Oh, damn it, I got a duplicate trim. I got the last trim. I got all 4 trims. Yeah, I want to show you all the loot I have.
God pickaxe.
Ooh, yeah, oh, yeah, look at this. This is all the loot I got.
Ooh, and I got a gift for you too.
Ooh, gift.
A lovely, lovely gift.
Ooh. Actually, that helps a lot because I need that for the collection. Thank you!
Fan frame.
After that, I started to trace out the rest of my plaza, as well as fill in the rest of the dirt to, like, you know, flatten out my plaza to give it more, you know, of a symmetrical shape. And I'm going to have to be flattening out a lot more. I also dug up a bunch of deep slate, because most of the plazas are going to be made out of deep slate tiles. I was going to need bucket loads of this stuff. And as you can see, I already mined out a good old chunk right here, but I'm going to continue coming back down here, mining a bunch of deep slate and, yeah, tough, so I can fill in my land, as you can see right here. And also I'm going to be using the tough for those circular areas, which are going to be my fountains. And after when I got that filled in, it started to look already really pretty. Then I dug out the fountains. I dug at least 2 blocks deep, so I can have 1 layer to fill in the tough, and I got the other layer with another, like, ring of stone bricks to make it look nice and clean like that. And then I started to fill in the water just to, you know, get me started. And then after I did that, and honestly, it's already starting to come together. And then after that, me and, yeah, Nova, we were going to make some zombie villagers, like convert our mending into a zombie villager. And he let me, like, do it since I didn't have the trophy for it yet on PlayStation. So yay. And then I started to make a iron golem, which was one of the other achievements that I needed. I do plan on getting every single achievement in this world, but I was just getting ones I needed. Then I checked out Nova's base, which was pretty cool. Oh god, I would have died.
Here. Bye.
Dude, I have 30 levels.
I would
Jesus Christ. I lied about the 30 levels, but I did it just to make you feel bad. And after that randomness, I slept on day 200, and now I can officially say that I survived 200 days. Anyways, now that I made it to day 200, next video will be 300. And anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!